From the eastern country came the kings afar, bearing gifts to Bethlehem, guided by a star. Liturgically, this tells us of the coming of the three kings, which is something we tend to do after Easter, on Epiphany. Now, depending on what language we use, these are wise men or kings, and we've heard many stories about who these men are or may not be. The interesting thing is that the scriptures do not say much. And if you don't believe me, look in the Bible to see how many of them there were. We say 3. The scripture is not clear. We kind of just infer that there were 3 because there were 3 gifts. And that's also the tradition that we have. Of course, you look at tradition, some say they were Zoroastrian priests. Others say they were astronomers. Some say they were all Persians. Another tradition says that one was Persian, one was Indian, and one was Chinese, which has a whole different meaning to their arrival if we look at it that way. It can be truly amazing that we know so little about these men, but when we have to come up with a lot of information to fill the gaps, it comes from a variety of places, from tradition to a story that someone once said. But there is something important in these words, and that is the mission of Christ is expanded beyond what people expected. When the people talked to the Messiah, it was understood that the Messiah would come to redeem Israel. God would come and restore them as an independent nation and uphold their end of the covenant. That is not what we see with these wise men. Regardless of who they are, how many there were, or where they come from, it boils down to the fact that they were not Jews. They were not part of this chosen people. Yet, they were looking and saw the sign from God and came to him. And it was a gift that was given to the whole world to announce that the Son of God was born. This event was unexpected, and it was different. God came to earth in the person of Jesus Christ to fulfill a greater mission, one that the people did not entirely expect. Though there are some prophecies that hinted to this if we look for them in the Old Testament. But at the Nativity, we've seen that Christ came for all, and calls all to come to him and to worship him.